Should you sell your property off market?
You're listening to Home Sellers Advantage. I'm your host, Aaron Zapata.
And I'm your other host, Todd Anderson. We are the Bald Brothers team at Impact Realty Group with Real Broker, and we are here to give you the Home Sellers Advantage.
You can find us online at www.baldbrothers.tv. Again, that's baldbrothers.tv.
Or you can call us at 833-305-BALD. That's 833-305-2253.
Well, that's a great intro.
I did want to say something though.
What did you want to say?
We are in front of a live audience here today.
We are. There we go.
I got the right button.
You got the right button.
Now, I didn't tell you how many are in the live audience. It's one person.
Right. And if I go on that side of the table, then it's two.
That's true.
And if
then
you
I'm
go
by
over
myself.
there,
I got to figure out what to talk about.
Yes. All right. So should you sell? Oh, man, I can't talk.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Should you sell
your
home off market?
So a couple of things to recognize. There are a number of classifications of off-market.
Mm-hmm.
So you might get a solicitation from something in the mail that says, hey, we want to buy your home. And it might be from a realtor. Mm-hmm. And they're telling you that they have a buyer that's interested in the property. And that's going to be very similar to a traditional sale, absent one big difference. No multiple listing service, no marketing period, no prep for the home. They're just going to show it to a buyer off market. They love your house. The deal's done.
Write it up.
Open escrow.
No competition, no fancy marketing.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff. But you still have an escrow process that you have to go through there. You still have a due diligence period for those buyers to look at and evaluate the property. There still is opportunities for things with the standard escrow. People can back out and walk away from the deal.
Yes. And in the state of California, all sellers are required to do a transfer disclosure statement. There are certain things about the home. You cannot say, well, I'm selling it to an investor and he doesn't care, therefore it's not necessary. It is necessary in California to do a transfer disclosure statement and potentially other disclosures as well, depending on what is in that transfer disclosure statement.
Yeah, and you may say, hey, I've never even been in the home. I've never lived in the home. Well, there is a separate disclosure statement for you to fill out. It's called an exempt seller disclosure. It's a disclosure statement for somebody who has very limited knowledge of the property. But the basic process of escrow is still going to be part of the equation.
Yeah. So that's when you reply to, let's say, a letter in the mail and someone says, hey, I have a buyer for your home. And they're a licensed realtor. Now, there are other firms that are not licensed agencies. They're investment companies. A lot of them operate here in Southern California. And you might see an ad or you might see something online and you decide to give them a call or you fill out a form online. And then they contact you and they say, hey, we're gonna buy the home from you directly and we're not going to involve any agents at all. Now, the question that should come to your mind is, A, is this legal? Yes, it's absolutely legal. It's like selling your car to your next door neighbor. Like, you don't need a professional car dealership in order to do the sale to another private party. You just have to make sure that the right paperwork gets recorded so that that person doesn't take your car and then, rob a convenience store and then you get in trouble for it because you never filed your paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay. No one's going to take your house and rob a convenience store, though. So what's going to happen in this case is you might get a very modified version of a purchase contract. Mm-hmm. Now, it doesn't have to be the 17-page contract that realtors use. In fact, most of them that I've seen are anywhere from 2 to 3 pages. Mm-hmm. That's it, 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah,
and it's a simple contract. It says, like, if I'm approaching Todd, I'm going to buy your house and we're going to do it off market. You're not an agent. I'm not an agent, or at least I'm not doing it in an agent capacity, because there are realtors, including Todd and I, that can buy properties off market, not as agents, but as investors.
Yeah.
We can use this simple contract and it says, hey, Todd, I want to buy your house. Here's the price. Here's how long it's going to take to close escrow. You need to give me clean title. You need to give me a transfer disclosure statement, but I'm going to take care of all the fees. And let's say that your goal is to walk away with $800,000. I'm going to make that contract for $800,000, and you're going to walk away with that.
Yeah, and if you're paying all the fees,
and there's a paragraph in there that says buyer to pay all the fees.
Yeah,
and so then it's my duty as the buyer, as the investor of that home, to pay for the escrow fees, to pay for the title fees, to pay for Anything else that's necessary. The home inspection, they can still do a home inspection, often do. But there's not going to be typically any repairs.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be any, try not to have any surprises.
Yeah.
At least the good investors.
Yeah.
They're not going to hoodwink you
Yeah.
and be like, hey, get you under contract. And then, 2 days later, come back. Okay, we need it for $90,000 less.
Yeah. And we've done these deals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're legitimate.
Yeah. So that's another way to do it. And sometimes people love that because they've inherited the home. They don't want the headache. You're tired of it, and you don't want to fly here to California because it's just going to be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps it's emotionally difficult, and you don't want to deal with the emotion side of it. And that's okay too. Like if you just want to sell it to an investor, totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it, so long as you have the authority
Mm-hmm.
to make the sale.
Yeah.
So, and if a person has passed away, oftentimes you need that death certificate and you need clear title. And so there might be a couple of weeks that you have to wait in order for that to happen. But again, it's a totally legitimate way to go.
Yeah. And so what are some of the reasons why you might want to go this route?
Why, Todd?
Well-
Why would you want to go this route?
Well, Aaron already mentioned one of it, just the simplicity of not having to go through the process of marketing the home, having people come through the home. There's a lot of reasons. Maybe the home is just in really, really, really bad shape.
Bad shape.
And so the idea of investor that's willing to come and just pay money for it, and you don't have to lift a finger, you don't have to do anything for it, that is enticing, and that might be the best option for you in such a case.
Yeah.
Typically, if you bring it to market and it's in that kind of shape, you will get offers. You will probably get competition amongst investors. And so you might be able to get more for it, but it really just depends on what you want to do and how much effort you want to put into it.
Yeah. And keep in mind, too, in this scenario where you're working directly with an investor, it's not uncommon for them to have a Rolodex or a group of investors that actually might come and finish the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's say you want 800,000, you're happy with 800,000, and the purchase contract says that Aaron Zapata or an assignee is going to purchase this home. And I go around then and I'm like, I have 5 or 6 investors that love the fact that I can bring them properties, and they're willing to pay me. They're paying me a fee in order for them to close on the house in their name. That way it's not a double transaction.
Mm-hmm.
And so they might pay me $15,000, they might pay me $25,000 for the privilege of being the buyer that closes on that home.
Yeah. So it's assigned to them.
It's assigned to them, and then I would earn as an assignment fee.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is, again, completely legitimate in the way that it happens a lot of times. Hundreds of times per month here in Southern California, properties are going through this process. So, again, you're happy with the 800. I have a guy that's paying me for the privilege to close on that house. I get the fee. You walk away with a quick closing, as is. Oh, and guess what? One of the things too is if there's a lot of stuff in that house and you don't have time or the energy or the finances.
Yeah. Sometimes the buyer investor will say, you know what, you can leave everything in the house. I'll take care of it. I'll get rid of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while there's the family member that says, you know what, I'm going to move into the house and I'm going to fix it up and then we can get top dollar for it. If that's the case, you're not going to be selling it off market, right? You're going to be going all the way through the process of prepping it, getting it ready, then listing it and selling it for top dollar. And that's cool too.
Yeah, which might be the best option for you. At the end of the day, it is the desired outcome versus the outcome versus the input. The output, input, you just have to evaluate what your goals are and what you're willing to put into it.
And the last thing is, we're just going to add this to the list, is perhaps you are in a need financially and, the house needs to be sold quickly.
Yeah, and you don't have the funds to fix it up or the time.
Or it has a mortgage and somebody has to make that payment on that mortgage. And perhaps it's $2,500 a month and you're like, why am I making this payment? Those kind of things add up. And so you want to sell quickly. So those are just a number of reasons that we have heard and worked with over the last, I've been selling real estate for almost 30 years now.
An old man.
Yes, I got my license when I had hair.
Old man Zapata.
That's right. I could not have used the name Bald Brothers Team early in my career.
I didn't do anything when I had hair because I started going bald so early. So anything I did as an adult was pretty much hairless.
Hairless. He still carries
just a few hairs.
But he still carries a comb. Don't ask me why. All right. So if you are thinking about
my eyebrows.
Oh, TMI, Todd. All right. Well, if you'd like to talk to us, call our toll-free number. It is a 24-hour answering service. Don't be surprised when you talk to somebody and they're asking for your name and an address and a contact information. They will attempt to patch you through directly to one of us, but if we're not available, they have that information and will forward it on to us, and we will call you back. That number is 833-305-2253. And if you like the spelling of it, it's 833-305-BALD. Because we're the Bald Brothers team. And you know what we do, Todd?
We sell homes.
That's right. So until next time, thanks for listening. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, take a screenshot of it, post it somewhere, tag us so we can produce more content like it. And until that happens, until we see you again, God bless. Thanks for listening to the Home Seller's Advantage. The Bald Brothers team is a licensed DBA of Real Broker, licensed by the California Department of Real Estate, number 02022-092. Again, we do not give any real estate, legal, or financial advice. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can call us at 833-305-BALD, or you can reach us online at baldbrothers.tv. Equal housing opportunity.